Good morning. Yesterday, you guys practiced multiplying and dividing with multiples of 10. That means that you would see a number and there'd be an extra zero or extra two zeros on the number, and you are multiplying to figure out how to get that number. And the reason that multiples of 10 are so important in our math curriculum is because we operate using a base 10 system, which we've talked about in class. That's why we use base 10 blocks. So if I have the number 111, I know that as I move from the smallest number here and I move next door, each time it's 10 times bigger. So this holds the value of 1. The second one holds the value of 10. And the third space holds the value of 100. 111 is 100 plus 10 plus 1. So when I move through the base 10 system, each time I move over a place value, I'm really just multiplying by 10. It's 10 times bigger. So that helps us with multiplication in a few ways. So we have been spending a lot of time thinking about our fast facts and committing them to memory. So if I have the fast fact 3 times 2, you guys would say that is 6. Well, I can use this fast fact to help me solve more difficult problems. I can figure out that 30 times 2 is 60. And the reason I know that is hiding within this bigger problem, 30 times 2, is my fast fact 3 times 2. And I'm operating just 110 bigger times 10. So I have 6 as my fast fact, and I need to multiply that 6 by 10. This 1 0 tells me to multiply by 10. I also know that I'm going to use my same color, I also know that 3 times 20 is also 60, because just like last time, I have 3 times 2 is 6, but I need to multiply it by 10 because I have that 1 0, and that's equal to 60. I can solve harder problems. I can do 300 times 2. Again, inside that 300 times 2 is 3 times 2, which I know is 6. But this time, I'm 100 bigger because I have 2 zeros. 2 zeros tells me 100. So I'm 100 bigger, so I need to make that 600. 6 times 100 is 600. I also know that 3 times 200 is also 600. And I can extend this to more complicated problems with this same fast fact. I could also do 30 times 20. Okay, this is a little bit more challenging because I'm not keeping either number exactly the same as our fast fact, 3 times 2, but the same rules still apply. I can still find 3 times 2, that's my fast fact, and I write 6. And then I look at my other zeros. I have a 0 here, that's times 10, but I have a second 0 here, so it's times 100. So I add 2 zeros on the end. It's like I count the zeros. That's kind of my shortcut. How many zeros do I have? I count them. I could also solve the same way 300 times 20. And again, like last time, 3 times 2 is 6, and I count my zeros. 1, that's 10. 2, that's 100. 3, that's 1,000. So my answer is 6,000. This gets a little here when my answer ends in a 0. My fast fact answer ends in a 0, so I wanted to try a problem like that. So my fast fact is going to be 4 times 5, and we know that equals 20. And what's hard about this is that my answer already ends in 0, so sometimes kids forget to continue to put on zeros. So just like we did last time, I can work up my multiples of 10. I can say 4 times 50. Or I can say 40 times 5. Those are related. And what I do is I look for 4 times 5, and I immediately write down 20 because that's my answer. And then I know that I need one more 0 because I need to multiply 20 by 10, and that equals 200. Same with 40 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20, but it's 10 times bigger because it's not 4 times 5, it's 40 times 5, so I need to put on another 0 there. I could solve, just like last time, I could do 400 times 5, or I could do 4 times 500. And just like we've been practicing, 4 times 5 is 20. And then I have times 10 times 100. So I need to put on 2 extra zeros. So my answer is 2,000. And then the same thing with this one. We have 4 times 5, which is 20. And then 2 more zeros to add on. And also, like last time, I can make this more complicated. I could try 40 times 50 so that both of them look different. But you're not going to be stumped because you use the same principles as we've just been practicing. We have 4 times 5, which is 20. And then I have times 10 times 100. So I add 2 extra zeros, just like that. Today, you have a worksheet that is going to practice, or going to enable you to practice this. So you're going to do that worksheet. You're also going to do an enrichment activity from 9.2 from yesterday's assignment, and then you're going to do the home link. So just to recap, we have a worksheet, and it's going to be uploaded into Seesaw. This worksheet will be. It's already there, but I'm also going to enable you to print it. Then you're going to have the enrichment for 9.2 to continue practicing. And then finally, you'll have your home link 9.2. You did not need to do that yesterday. And only this worksheet at the top, needs to be turned in to Seesaw. Good luck.